Okay, this is going to be a video response to King Lightning. Why Togashi isn't the best mangaka and why he's also not my favorite mangaka anymore. Okay. Okay, so I'm gonna uh I have to make this response video because King of Lightning I'm I'm starting to believe he's a bit biased in that video, and it's time for me to make a response to his video on this subject, okay? Because in the comment section, everyone thinks Togashi is like the number one best mangaka of all time, but we know who is the best. We know, and to me, it's a real slap in the face because who revolutionized shonen battle manga? It wasn't Togashi, it was Akira Toriyama. All right, but many people would discredit him and disrespect him because oh, Dragon Ball is simplistic story, you know what I'm saying, and all that type of nonsense, you know what I'm saying, that people criticize Dragon Ball, oh this or the resurrection is bullshit, despite resurrection always happens in every Shonen Jump manga you fucking read. So it makes no sense to me, but we live in a double standards in today's generation, so it's not surprising one bit. All right, number one, why Togashi isn't the best nor my favorite mangaka anymore. It's his mediocrity arts. Okay? Now, when I read a manga, all right, art I'm like, I don't really judge the whole quality in terms of art. You know what I'm saying? If art is recognizable, decent, clear to read, to follow through, and it has badass character design, I'm not gonna complain. You know what I'm saying? I don't care if it's I don't care. I don't care if it's too much how too edgy it is or how too cartoony it is. If the art is recognizable, as long as it's recognizable, I'm all for it. What and surprisingly too, and this is I like from a fan's perspective, right? Especially in anime, I when I grow up, I watched anime first before manga. I was introduced manga much later. All right, much later in my early 20s. I because now I am in my late 20s. I'm currently 29. When I was like 23, 22, 24, that's when I got introduced to manga. You know what I'm saying? Because the first time I read manga was Naruto's Fourth Great Ninja War. All right, so I was introduced to manga back in the 2010s, right? So when I discover YouTube anime community and they talk about Hunter x Hunter, you know what I'm saying, and Togashi Hiro, when I look at his art, right, in terms of scans, because at that time, volumes, it was a niche for me too. Volume, like I did not know what volumes is, like volume, owning a manga collection. That was all niche to me, you know what I'm saying? Because I used to read mangas on scans, all right? When I saw Hunter x Hunter first chapter for the first time, I was so shocked how publishers from Shonen Jump allowed this to happen, or even scan laters able to leak this out in internet. How this is acceptable? You can tell this is like a scribble. It's like a kindergarten scribble. Are you kidding me? This is the man who wrote Yu Yu Hakusho? Really? And when I read Yu Yu Hakusho art is far vastly superior than Hunter x Hunter's, and I realized, and I'm fully self aware that Togashi reprint the whole scanlations to he redrew all of them, you know what I'm saying, like the early chapters. He redrew all of them. All right, now it's vastly superior, but it doesn't change the quality. It won't erase You know what I'm saying? His previous scanlations. It won't erase it, right? It won't erase it. That scanlation will always be there in the internet permanently. So it's amazing me or astonishing me that people think that he is the best manga, even though his art is very poor. His art design is very poor. Even even the mangas that come after him are vastly superior in terms of art. Tite Kubo is vastly superior in terms of art than Togashi. Watsuki, the creator of Rurouni Kenshin, is vastly superior when it comes to art. Are you kidding me? And people think that his art is better than even the likes of Kira Chirama, the guy who mastered that craft in terms of arts, in terms of his paneling. Are you kidding me? No way. No way, dude. So that's one. His art is very poor compared to people that come before him and people come after him. Number two, his protagonists, his main characters, Yusuke Argon, are carbon copies. I don't give a fuck if they're likable or they're lovable, if people love Yusuke or people love Gon. I don't give a flying fuck, because those two characters are not original to me. Alright? They're not. They're not original to me. I'm all about originality. And if you try and copy someone else, you lost all my respect. That's where I come from and where I raised. If you try and copy someone else, you lost all my respect. This is why I don't even consider Kobe even the likes of Michael Jordan. Because you try to copy him. That's why I never buy his jerseys. That's why I never even was a fan of him. I respect his work ethics, his energy to put in the basketball court, but I don't respect his style because he's trying to copy Michael Jordan. Like, no, nigga. You know what I'm saying? And likewise, Togashi, he trying to craft his protagonists to be similar. Like, for example, Yusuke to Goku and Gon to Kid Goku. Like, no, nigga. No. And I'm not saying that he should pay homage. He don't have a right to pay homage. No. Goku is one of the most iconic character of all time in Japan. He's like equivalent to Superman, right? He is. Alright? But there's a difference between paying homage and just flat out copying and paste the similar journey that what Goku would go through, right? And you try to implement that in Yusuke's or Gon's. I'm not gonna root for that. I'm not going to support that subscription. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna even support that idea. That the idea is haphazard, lazy idea, and you could create your own style. All right. Now, people also, want to say, oh, Kishimoto did the exact same thing, right? He copied the template for a 100 exam to Trinity exam. However, though, he did not did that with his protagonists. That's the difference. And the protagonists are the number one important because they are the ones that are going to attract the readers, attract the viewers first and foremost than a plot. Okay? If your protagonists are not interesting, then your story also not going to be interesting, and therefore it's going to be nobody not going to support it. Nobody not going to support it. So your protagonist has to be interesting, has to be unique. Then, what is the difference between your protagonist than the others? All right. For Yusuke character development is similar to Goku's. The whole acceptance of with Goku, he had to accept and struggle his Saiyan heritage. Yusuke had to accept his demon heritage with the whole revival. Right? Dying twice. Come on, dying twice. Right? Despite the execution is subtle differences in execution, but the idea of making your character, making your main character die twice, it is similar to Goku's. Gon character development. Like, why did he need to be dark in the Command Ant arc? Why, Togashi? Why do you need to make Gon a darker character in the Command Ant arc? Because you know that Gon is not an attractive character previously. You know that. You know that because you know that if you don't even take a risk making Gon the way it is, the way he is, because the way he was perfectly fine, him being lighthearted and stuff like that. But no, you have to expose him to be this darker character because he needs that attraction. He needs that attention. Right? Once again, that's not original. Because Gon does not necessarily needs to be a darker character. That's the only thing that we can talk about him. It's him being a darker fucking character, similar to Kid Goku. No. What about his personality, his likes and dislikes, his fear, what he overcome? I could take Naruto for example and tell you a whole host of what he go through. Besides being a darker character, like him reverting or turning to the Nine-Tails Fox. I could tell you about the interaction relationship they had with his parents, how that impact him when he saw Minato and Kushina for the first time. Right? That's not him turning dark. His life lessons, what other previous characters taught him, Jiraiya, Kakashi, Itachi taught him, Nagato taught him. Him trying to find answers to peace. Doesn't go through that phase. Life lessons, interaction and relationship with other characters, that much. No, it's only one phase of his character changes, and that's him being dark. To me, that's a very weak main character. He's a very weak main character. He can easily be replaced by other characters, side characters that are far better. Why is that? Because Togashi don't take the time and effort to develop a unique protagonist. Yusuke. Like, why? He's a spirit detective, right? Why does he not go through his journey? Why he has to become a fucking demon? Why? Why, Togashi? Why you need to make him a demon? Why you need to make Yusuke a badass? Like, no. I could tell you what Goku go through besides him accepting his whole Saiyan heritage being Rage. What about his mentorship with Gohan, with Goten and Trunks? Him passing the torch down. Him trying to pursue his happiness when he discovered Oob. Some stuff that he go through in GT and Super. Even as a kid, he go through way more besides being a darker character in the King Piccolo's arc. His joy and tear when you find out who was behind the mask with his grandpa Gohan, his journey, his quest to find his grandpa Dragon Balls, all of that, his relationship with Bulma and with other characters, the life lessons, him losing the tournament not once but twice. Him also gained this soft heart when he trained with under Kami. After the King Piccolo arc. But Gon's he's such a back burner main character. You don't even know if he fucking exists in the series. That's sad. So yes, Togashi main characters, both of them are weak. Very weak main characters. They could be likable in terms of personality and their designs and personality, but as far as growth goes, they are weak. So that's protagonists. 3 arcs. This is where I disagree in King of Lightning. Right? The Dark Tournament arc is nowhere near as better than the Dragon Ball Tournament arcs. Fuck out of here with that shit, bro. the chapter Black, the second half has so much flaw. You could just say it's an ass pull. The fight with Yusuke and Sensui at the final battle was ass pull. It's an ass pull arc. You could call Chapter Black an ass pull arc. Even the arcs like Full Brain is better than the Chapter Black. Yes, I call it. At least Full Brain does not have ass pulls unlike Chapter Black. Yusuke Revival, ass pull. There's no foreshadowing, no hints of Yusuke being, has demon blood. No hints, no foreshadowing. The whole 3 territories, there's no expansion on that. The 3 Kings was rushed. I can't even label Yomi as the final prima villain because he's not even a villain. He's just a side villain. The whole fight between Yusuke and Yomi in the anime is also ass pull. Because Yusuke can't even remember what the fuck he was fighting for. That's bad writing. But the whole Boo saga, are you kidding me? Expand, well fleshed out, the final battle, are you kidding me? Now let's talk about power systematic. Yes, the power systematic of Nin is very well structured and very complex, but like I always said, just because you tell a complex power system or a story or a plot doesn't make it quality, doesn't make it good. Doesn't make it good because you limited and restricted the action. You dumb down the action when you do that. You don't make the characters go all out. Look at the fights in Dragon Ball. You seen characters warm up first, then go all out. They weren't restricted or bound by a fucking power systematic. No one cares about that. Who gives a fuck? Who gives a shit that one character had this specific unique ability, then the other characters don't? It's all about the action, the strategy, the strategic tactic that the characters uses in order to win. What type of outcome will the fights be? That's what I'm interested in. I'm not interested in no damn unique power system because in the end of the day, I'm gonna forget about what kind of abilities they have. No one gives a shit. It's secondary. The abilities to me are secondary. They're not primary. The action is first and foremost primarily. So yes, you have to show in Hunter x Hunter, there are good actions sequences. There are good fights sequences. But to me, Naruto action is far better. Dragon Ball action is far better. Bleach action is far better. One Piece action, to some extent, are far better. JoJo's action are far better. Because they are not bound to restriction when it comes to Hunter x Hunter. Yu Hakusho action is, to me, is one of the best. Alright? I praise Yu Hakusho action because at least Togashi don't put so much bound or restriction on the power system. But when it comes to Hunter x Hunter, oh Lord of mercy. And let's get to the monologues, the dialogues. Holy shit, man. Togashi, when Hunter, as the story progressed in Hunter x Hunter, especially in the latter arcs, Togashi put so much emphasis on monologues. Like, why? That character looks so simplistic as fuck. Why would you put so much monologues? It just takes away the entertaining of the characterization of these characters you try to be invested in or get to know. They all got proper introduction, but their monologues ruin it. Like, there's a new villain that was introduced in the Dark Continent arc, but to me, he's uninteresting because the fucking monologues he got in. It's ridiculous. So, all in all, I disagree with KingOfLighting. Togashi is not the best manga. Even he knows he's not the best manga. That's why he don't write Hunter x Hunter from a weekly basis. It doesn't have to do with his fucking back pain. It has to do with his inability to think of ideas of unique and originality. So he had to take ideas from someone else. He always tends to do that. He take ideas from somewhere else. Just like the power systematic with this whole Saint Beast, right? What that resembles? It resembles fucking JoJo's stance. Are you kidding me? Why should I fucking be invested in that? I can just read or watch JoJo's. Shit. Akira Trauma is better than Togashi. Araki is better than Togashi. Watsuki is better than Togashi. Hell, Kishimoto is better than Togashi. Tate Kubo, yes, as flawed the Bleach is, as a writer and a storyteller, it's better than Togashi. Togashi is overrated. If no one gonna be brave enough to say it, hell, let me be the first one to say it. He's overrated. He's a good manga, but overrated. The perfect title for this video. Togashi is a good mangaka, but overrated. He's not the best. He is not the best. I know when a manga is the best, right? If I go out and purchase all their manga collect volumes at Amazon, what I would know, I could tell, I can differentiate what if a manga to me is the best if I go pick up all his manga volumes. But I can't do that for Yu Yu Hakusho Hunter x Hunter because their art is mediocrity. I can't even follow the story, follow what the fuck is going on from panel to panel because his art is so mediocrity. But look at me. I collect all Dragon Ball volume covers. Because why? Because Toriyama's art are so good. It's easy to follow from panel to panel. There's no scribbles. It's well structured. It's not silly. It doesn't have so much monologues. Well, that's all I gotta say. I think I'm done with this video. Thanks for watching. Have a nice night. Peace.